says 5, but I'm going 6. Now I'm going 7. Oh yeah!
Hello everyone. We're on a road trip today to Bedford Village. I'm going to go check it out and check out the town, check out the buildings, and we're going to take you with us. So let's get going. Old Bedford Village. $10 per person to get in. Seniors $9. Beautiful flowers. Go for a carriage ride?
Huh?
Go for a carriage ride?
You know that was it?
No.
A wedding. Somebody's having a wedding here.
Oh. Yes, it is.
We had one last Saturday out here under the tree, but it rained.
Wow.
Oh, that's cute.
We're having a wedding out here today. We should get married out here. What do you think?
Really?
Yeah, really?
You want to renew your vows?
Sure. We could do it for 30 years.
Yeah, we could. Man, that's neat. That's a beautiful place.
It is.
She said they had one last weekend.
Yeah, but it rained.
Oh, but they still had it.
I guess.
Against the inside. That's right, it rained all day.
Yeah.
It was bad. So we're going to do this thing.
Yeah, we can.
Pretty sure. Number 1.
You see, there's different ones that's open.
Yeah.
This one was open last time.
Okay.
And the candle shop is open.
Yeah, the broom shop was open before.
Yeah. What's this one? The blacksmith.
Smithing something blacksmith.
Yeah, I think that was open last time.
I'm not sure what that name is. Since it's so nice.
You think they recognize us?
I don't know. Think of how many people there is.
Yeah. Well, we could always go in with them.
I guess we could. I guess that's it. Yeah. If they don't.
We can go with them.
Huh?
We can go in.
Okay.
Have you been here to, come on in. Have you folks been here to the village before? We haven't, no. Have you folks been here
Yeah.
before? I think, have you been here before this year?
Yeah.
When you came in, walked in the door, I thought I seen you, but anyway. We're glad you're here, whether you've been here before or not. Can I ask, are you from very far away?
Not very far, Lancaster.
I know it well. I just retired from Lancaster. I lived there for 20 years, yes. How's Lancaster doing, by the way? I miss it.
Yeah, same as ever, I'd say. Yeah.
Glad to see folks from back home.
Yeah.
And I love it here too, but anyway, my name's Becky. Glad you're all here today. If you can spare a few moments, I'd like to just explain a few things. I know you folks, since you've been here, you know this. So,
That's okay.
But just a couple things about the village before you start your trip around, and I can tell you about my home. the middle house here, and you can take a look around. I'm sure you folks realize that this village was not really here in the 1700s and 1800s. This actually was part of a large farm, this ground. However, the majority of the buildings you're going to see today, our log cabins, our 2 one-room schools, our doctor's office, our farmhouse, several of our shops. Most of these buildings are actual buildings from the 17 and 1800s. They just weren't here on this farm. They were scattered all around our town of Bedford. Have you been into Bedford? You know. We have about a half a dozen buildings here that are not original. They were built on site here, but they are replicas, reproductions of buildings that we were not able to bring here. For instance, our church, our tavern, our blacksmith shop, and a few of our small shops. But they are built using materials of old cabins, old barns that were donated to us that we were not able to restore. Now the way this all got here was, like I said, these buildings were scattered around Bedford, most of them in the 1960s and 70s when we originated this project here on the farm. Most of these buildings, both of our school buildings, most of our cabins were sitting on people's properties. They were abandoned and they were in disrepair because people did not know what to do with them. And you see that a lot even today as you're driving around, you know, old barns and houses just kind of wasting away. Fortunately, they were donated to our project. We had teams of architects and historians that were specially trained in being able to relocate and restore these buildings. And this was our mission, to relocate and restore as many buildings as we could, restore nature. So anyway, now we have a village here, and we feel this pretty much represents what our real town of Bedford would have looked like in the 17 and 1800s, because these are homes from then. And that being said, this is our oldest cabin here. This was built back in the 1760s. At this time, in the 1700s up until the early 1800s, Bedford was the very edge of the frontier as you were heading west. To head west up over the mountain, out towards Pittsburgh, and further on, you would follow what was called the Forbes Road. Forbes Road pretty much is Route 30, or Route 30 pretty much follows Forbes Road. Okay. It was created during the French and Indian War to be able to create a series of forts over the mountain from Philadelphia to Pittsburgh. Well, we did have a fort here in Bedford, and this is where people settled around the fort. Okay? But it was as far west as people. When you left here, you were in the wilderness. Up the mountain, about 50 miles, Fort Ligonier, in between, and then on down over the mountains and to the rivers to, of course, Pittsburgh, Fort Pitt, go to Pittsburgh. There was nothing out there except wilderness, and it was a very dangerous country. So this was the edge. This house was built by a gentleman named John Coyle, and he was a fur trader here on the frontier. And there must have been some pretty good money in trading first. He traded with Indians and the British. Because, as you can see, he was able to build a home that is a lot larger and nicer than probably much than what you would expect to see for a house from the 1700s. We have several homes here that are larger like this, even larger. They are homes of people that could have afforded, would have had a business, and would have lived in the town of Bedford. For instance, our 2 largest homes, right directly catty corner here, you can't miss them, the large brown buildings, number 3 and number 4, are the most affluent buildings we have here. These people were in the town of Bedford in the 1700s. We know exactly where they were located. One was an architect, one was an attorney, and one was an undertaker. So they were able to afford to build a large home. Right next door here, house number 2, all of our buildings are numbered. You'll see is a completely different kind of cabin. It's very small and very, very plain. That is a style of cabin, as you will see when you go around, reflects your average person around here in Bedford, and most of these people could not afford to have a business in town. They were farmers. We were scattered all around here. Everybody lived off the land. That's what you had to do. You had to fend for yourself. It was not uncommon to have 8, 10, 12 children in your family. Unfortunately, in those days, not everybody lived to be an adult, but nonetheless, you still usually had large families, and everybody worked the land because that's how you survived. It was not it was not an easy life, and sometimes a very dangerous life, because there are documented instances around here of raids and massacres and so forth. So it was not always a safe place to live either at the time. Anyway, when Mr. Coyle built this in the early 1760s, George Washington wasn't going to be our president for another 25 to 27 years yet. And of course, we were not even in the United States yet when this house was built. So it makes it, pre-Revolutionary War. And we're very fortunate that we have one before the Revolutionary War. Now we have several other homes here from the 1700s, just not quite as early as this one. The other interesting thing about this house is the fireplace. It's the only house we have that has, as you see, a double fireplace. All the rest of our homes have a single fireplace. That was your one source of heat. Of course, it's where you cook. This is a little different. Here we have a little cooking fireplace, okay? And this was interesting because here, Mom did not have to be over the hearth here and over the fire, tending to her cooking. Here, she could build a fire down here and stand and cook on a waist-high surface with an iron plate on it. These people could afford to have the blacksmith make them an iron plate, okay? The design itself, we're pretty sure, is a German invention, okay? We have never found another one around here. Very, very rare. And we're so fortunate that when they donated this cabin to us, that the fireplace from the 1700s was still intact, that we could restore it. The other interesting thing, and this makes a lot of sense, you'll notice that the stonework going around here, it's very oddly shaped. They put the entire chimney in the room, not against the wall. And the reason they did that was they felt that with two sources of heat, that these stones would absorb and hold heat to keep people warmer in the wintertime. You know, it sounds like a good idea. We don't know how well it worked. I hope it did for their sakes. And the stonework, of course, continues up to the second floor. So you're welcome to take a look around. If you have any questions, I'd be glad to try to answer them for you. Let's move upstairs. If you do go upstairs, I'll mention, because everybody wonders when they get up, or did you notice how very crooked the walls of this house are in the back? If you did not, when you go upstairs, it looks very drastic. It looks like my windows are going to fall right out of the wall. It is quite safe. It's been that way for almost 250 years. There's a reason for that. It was that way before, and when you moved it here, they kept it that way. Because when you built your cabins back then, you did not have time for wood to cure or dry. It would sometimes take, from what the historians told us, about 8 to 10 years for these timbers to dry. You did not have that kind of time, so you built your home with 4 walls of raw wood. And they would dry, of course, when they're on the house. In this particular case, the one beam up here, instead of laying down like it was supposed to and dry, warped and bent. We took some weaker ones with it, and then they all kind of just dried that way, and that's the way they stayed. Once it does that, you can't move them. That's the way they are. And that's why it looks that way. While it does look rather unsafe up there, it is perfectly fine. Just makes you a little woozy when you look out the windows. But take a look around, and if I can answer any questions, let me know. Okay?
I'm going to go upstairs. I'm going to go back upstairs.
We'll go up there.
Yeah.
We'll go up there. Alright. Anything you want to get?
Over here.
I say the windows way too
Yeah.
Wow. It goes like, yeah, it's like pretty amazing, huh?
Yeah, it is.
That's because the wood didn't have enough time to cure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell they pushed it out. Wow. Completely out. Yeah, even the roof is downhill a little
Mm-hmm.
bit. Yeah. Pretty amazing.
I wonder if this was all open at one time.
Oh, it might have been. Maybe in later years they blocked it off.
Yeah.
I don't think the paint would.
I don't know.
Wow. Okay, what's wrong? We want something to do. So it'd be this.
Yeah.
This thing ordered. Yeah.
See it through the cracks.
Huh?
See it through the cracks. Can't go upstairs though.
It's like a cellar, I guess. Did you see it?
Yeah.
All right. And then you go.
Yeah, we hit those last time.
Huh?
We went to them last before.
Yeah, we'll do it in order.
Okay.
It'll make it easier. 3 and then 4's over there. Oh, that's good. I was wondering what that truck was.
Since they're going down, let's go to 4. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Here's back here around. It smells like they used wood.
They might have.
Fireplace in here. Man. Somehow they used as a light fixture, they used candles.
Yeah. That's pretty neat.
This is closed. Yep. And they got it locked too, because people would go in.
There's a baby doll.
Oh, yeah. Here I am. One thing and stuff. We're over here.
Are they still in here?
You want to go in there?
Yeah. Number 3. Huh.
Wow.
They made these places look nice.
They do. They did life back then. Jeez. Something. And then the church is next.
Okay. Hey, they could get married in a church.
Huh?
They could get married in a church.
I wonder if the other girls did that.
That's
Did
an
they
idea.
get it back up
Yeah, that's
again?
an ideal thing.
That'd be the thing to do if it gets rained out.
Yeah. Beautiful church.
There's a little electric heater.
Mm.
You probably have services in here sometimes. Little hole in the log.
Yeah, I see that.
A couple electric heaters. I'm thinking they do once in a while.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Hey, can't see it. Wow.
There's a door greeter.
The door greeter. Yeah, he says this area is clear.
Do not ring bell.
Because people would do that. Whoa. Got a train.
I'm gonna go over here.
Missing dog.
So which way are we going?
Six is closed to public. 6, 7. 7 is Williams Cabin. From the church, you were right here.
Yeah, you can't get in that one, can you?
No. And then 8, the door is open. That is the Schoolhouse house.
And there's the restrooms.
Yeah. There tells you about the church building. Built in 1880.
No, Bill 1906.
Yeah, 1806 here. I don't look at it, 1980.
Oh.
1806. It was built near U.S. Route 30 west of Shellingsburg. Okay. They moved it in here.
It's available for weddings.
Ooh. That'd be neat. Okay.
So if we're to get married, Bedford Village is a good place to do it. It's a beautiful place here.
Upstairs or
Even there's one of the cracky things. The candle.
oh yeah. Okay. It's dark up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it won't take good video.
There wasn't much up here anyhow, was there?
No, there wasn't.
We was here before. So we had to come back.
9 Kingsley Street. Oh wait, we got number 8 though. Yeah. Number 8's the Schoolhouse house.
Klaus. It is.
Off it.
Yep.
Last time it was hot.
It was.
Okay. Now it's too easy to. Look on his face. Howdy. How are you? Oh,
Shall we sit down and eat?
sure. Oh. Wyatt. Can't you hear that clear?
I know. bench looks like it's turned into a table.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, it does. Man, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Number 9's the school. Cool. Okay. Cool school.
Let's go to school.
That's the back door of that house.
Oh. You probably can't get in though.
There's a wash pan on the side of the
Oh, wow.
1848. Carved our initials.
There's dates on the side.
1885. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Somebody's got a little signature over here. Some of the kids put their names, names on the school. Isn't that this based school property?
Yep. Where's the teacher at?
Yeah, well, I give you a couple of samples right here.
Don't you look cute sitting there?
I do.
You do. Reading, writing, and arithmetic.
Or a flag. Wow. Abe Lincoln, George Washington. Number 10 is the Schoolhouse.
The Schoolhouse.
Schoolhouse.
Oh, there's walnuts on the ground.
Huh?
There's walnuts.
Yeah.
Just peeing around.
Oh, there's the outlet. See, there's back door to the school.
Is it open?
You got it closed. Too many be looking in.
Yeah. What is up with you at outhouses?
I don't know. I think they're pretty cool. Yeah. Hello. The Schoolhouse and Museum. This is interesting. He was a collector of Native American artifacts. He attended Gettysburg College.
Oh, wow. Indian Village was here. Indian grave. Typical burial.
They always buried stuff with them. Pottery.
Yes, up to processed food.
Massacre near Shelley's were.
Please use other door.
Yeah, we did.
Number 11. Yeah, you can tell on this one.
Yeah.
A little dark in here.
Smell it. Ooh, yeah.
You just gotta do that. Boy's gonna play.
That's pretty good.
It's empty.
Yeah.
Yeah, she made a path in through here.
People's they don't go out here. This sure is side.
Yeah.
German woodworking bench, 1800.
Oh yeah.
He quit.
He's stuck.
Yeah. Oh, this had something wrong with it.
Wait a minute, now do it.
You want me to put it back up?
Yeah, I got the light.
Must be doing something wrong with it. Okay. There it goes. Must be about wore out. Okay.
Maybe he's tired.
Yeah. After how many trips? Here's a bear. Bear's moving pretty good. All right.
It was a little dark now, so I brought my light.
Now we're going to the Tavern. I'm loving this.
Me too.
Look at something else.
A nut. Can I serve you?
Sure.
What would you like?
All you got.
Oh, you got I don't have anything now.
Yeah. Oh, I like the bunker. Seems noisy.
No. We can have candle lit. Nothing in here. You're just too curious. Waiter.
I like them mugs. It's over here. Cool.
Hard to see.
Yeah. Of course, taverns are always dark.
Yeah. The Dobbin house in Gaysburg downstairs.
Yeah.
That was dark.
14 whiskey rebellion.
There's a picnic table.
There you go. Ooh, let's go back and visit them animals.
Oh yeah. That's what changed the battery last time.
Huh?
What changed the battery last time.
Oh, yeah. You good with
Yeah, we're doing pretty good.
Okay.
Had it plugged in before we got here.
Oh.
No, this way. Farmers Revolt.
They wrote kind of weird back then.
Yeah, they did. It's hard to read.
Yeah. I don't see any Marches in there. There's some Martins.
But no marks.
No.
hear chickens.
Yeah. Do they have some down
I think.
here?
Big pizza oven.
Oh yeah.
Blueberry pie.
Yummy.
Yummy.
Well, floor kind of goes down.
Yeah. They knew you were coming.
Yeah, that's what they lost it. You knew it was coming.
Yep. They say, here he comes, lock the door.
It goes from 16 to 19.
16 to 19.
Oh, that's close. Where can you see in the window?
Well, you can go in the front. You want to start down here?
Well, it goes to here and then it goes over.
Okay. To the toy shop.
Yeah. This will keep me busy for. Ouch.
There you go. Good job. Pick up sticks.
Pick up sticks. Looks like some people scribbling. More kids. Alright. I'll go back through here. Okay. Oh, that. Let's see what's in there. What's it doing?
Hey, stop, please. Oh, no, I didn't stop.
Did it stop?
No.
Oh. Okay. That goes over to 19. That house. Where he got it.
Yeah.
It's warmed up a little bit.
And sun's out too.
Yeah. Oh, baby. Yes, the cobwebs. There at the windows on the table.
Yeah. Wow. All right. I think it's gonna be a long video.
That's good.
Don't forget, hit that subscribe button and like button.
Square school. Yep. Says 38 Square School was in Fishertown, PA from 1851 to 1932. Man.
This is neat.
Excuse me?
So this is neat.
Yeah, it is. Huh. Wow.
Which one's next?
Oh. This one's cool.
That's a storage shed.
Yeah.
There's a pharmacy.
22. This one. Society. Oh, machines back then.
Yeah. Wheelchairs. One with a hole in it.
Somebody needed them back then. Tobacco for medical use.
Huh. Copies available at the gift shop. Kano shop.
Huh?
Kano shop.
Yeah, that's what's one.
Yeah. Hello.
Well, hello there. How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm just fine, thank you. Welcome to the family shop. We dip candles here, and that is all we do. And many of them start right over here. I just put these on this morning, and so they've only been dipped maybe 3 times, I guess. And they're very unhappy when you start to dip because they like to curl up. So I have to go around and make sure they get straight. So this is called a rake. Why, I don't know. But I lower them very carefully when I'm starting, so it helps them not to curl. I think there's 64 candles on here, so I just gave 64 candles 1 dip. And that is a very efficient way to make candles. But these are starter candles, we call, largely because we have a lot of children come on field trips. We had some in here yesterday, and they start with a candle that started on there, and they get to be about this size, and they can dip them in this pot here and have a candle to take home.
Wow.
To Mama or Grandma or whoever, and they have a great deal of fun doing that. But early on, candles haven't changed very much from the very beginning. It's just the substance that changed. Because when they started, they would have used animal fat because they didn't know anything. This had not been found yet. And so, not beeswax nor paraffin had not been found. So they would take something like a cat nine-tail, and the lady of the house would have had 2 pots of fat, 1 brown and 1 white, from her cooking animals for dinner. And so she found out that the white fat got very hard, so they would melt that and dip this in there, maybe about this far down. We don't know how fat they made it. They didn't tell us. They left us no notes. And when it got to be how they wanted it, then they would let it get really hard, and then they put it in the fire, and they had a little light to carry around. And it made a little light, which was more than they had, which was no light, unless there were stars and moons, but it smelled terrible. You ever smelled burning animal fat? It's very unpleasant, and it makes black smoke. So it was not ideal, but they had to start somewhere. And so we know we've had iron for about 4,500 years, at least that long, but we don't have records of much of anything before that. And this was a utensil that was invented very long ago. It doesn't have a date. It's that old. And as you see, when I turn it like this part stays level. It doesn't matter what I do with the hook. And they would have put melted tallow in here and whatever they could find for a wick. I think they probably used flax. As far back as I can study, flax was used for everything. It's the most wonderful thing, and it still is. We eat it now, And so they would have saturated whatever that wick was, and then when they get it out through this hole, then they would light it, and then they had a porch light or a work light or whatever they needed it to be. And it was called a cruisy light. Why it was called a cruisy light? I think cruisy must have meant something different than it means now. This is a piece of animal tallow that is hard, obviously, and because it's old. Because when they made candles out of it, if it got this hard, it didn't stay. As soon as they lit it, it melted. That was the problem with it. So, but it was how they start, because it's the only thing they had to burn. It's the only petroleum they had. So, in June I had a family here from Israel, and the lady said, "I see you have a Betty light." And I said, "Yes, I do. Do you know about Betty lights?" She said, "Yes, we still use them in Israel, but they're made of ceramics, and they burn olive oil." So I said, "Well, I don't think this would qualify for today." So sometime after that, a young man came in and he picked this up and he said, "I know what this is and I know what it's used for." I said, "Well, please tell me." And he said when he was in the Army, he was in a signal battalion, and in basic training he was taught the history of signal. And he said, in the Revolutionary War, when our guys were hanging out in church steeples and trees and hills to watch where the British were coming, this is what they used to talk to each other.
Oh, wow.
And he said it was the precursor to Morse code. And I said, well, how did it work? He said, just like this. So I don't know what the code was, but and I don't know that he knew, but he said this is how they did it. And I said, and it didn't have much light, and he said we didn't dare be seen because if we got caught, we got shot. So this would also had the animal tallow in it, and we don't know where it would have been here. But this was 300 years that it's here, and it was brought from Europe, and it was called a Besser lamp. And Besser is German for better. And we know that during that time and previous there were Germanic tribes in a lot of what we know as Europe. So it would have come here on a ship, I'm sure, to New England, and it would have been used for that purpose. And I had two young, well, they weren't real young, they're probably guys in their 40s, and they said this was at a different time. And they said when they were boys who went to Grandpa's house, this is what they used for light in their house. Now I hope they didn't use animal fat, and I hope they had a little bit of bigger wick. You know, that would make much to light your house. But they said there were no utilities at their house, and this is what they used. So they have, the concept has stayed over all these years. And a couple weeks ago I had a young lady here, and she said, I made one of those at school. I said, well, how did you do that? She said, we made them out of ceramic in art class. So it has stayed current after all these years, which I think is just absolutely cool. So then they started to harvest beeswax. Beeswax was very expensive. It was very labor intensive to get it to here. These are beeswax candles. And so I'm finding two schools of thought in that. One being that beeswax candles were used only in places of worship and rich people's houses, because rich people would have the money to buy them, and at that time most rich people lived in New England. And then the other school of thought is that those wives would have used them right along with their tallow candles. So I don't know if it had something to do with who was coming to dinner or just why, but they didn't want their house to smell for whatever reason. So we don't know. I'm sure a lot of it had to do with money, you know, how much money they had to spend, and availability. I don't think they would have found beehives everywhere. I mean, when I think about that, you know, beehives aren't every place.
Yeah.
So anyway, they're moving along, and they found a way to make a candle that didn't smell so bad. So in about 1800, they began to mine coal in Pennsylvania, and they found paraffin wax in the coal. Now, I have to tell you that was a shock to me, because I had no idea where paraffin wax came from. Never thought about where it came from.
Never heard of it.
So they didn't know what it was either. They were coal miners. So they scarfed it up and they took it back to headquarters or whoever, their home base, and the appropriate person got the plan with it, and he said, well, that would make candles. But it had a little bit the same problem. It burned up too fast. And that was in 1800. But here it didn't smell bad either. And that was another step forward. Then in 1850, somebody invented or got a hold of something called stearic acid, which was a hardener. And they put it in the paraffin, and now we have hard candles. Because now, in that vat and in that pot, we have paraffin wax with a hardener in. And that's how we make candles now. So it took a long time to get here, but once they found paraffin. Now, paraffin only comes in the coal in the northeastern part of Pennsylvania, nowhere else in the country. Well, paraffin is all in the northern tier, I won't say, but it was discovered in anthracite coal, which is only in the northeastern part of Pennsylvania. But as you go west from there is where they drilled the first oil wells in Pennsylvania, and that oil also had paraffin in.
Wow.
And so they had to figure out how, because they didn't realize it at first. They had to figure out how to get the paraffin and the oil separated, because you can't have paraffin or motor oil. It doesn't work very well. So anyway, I think it's been very interesting to me, because I didn't know most of this stuff. and there seems to be an endless supply of it. And I looked it up to see if there was a synthetic paraffin, and there is, but it's not used to make candles. They use it in industry, manufacturing, construction, all those things, but we still just make candle out of real paraffin.
Wow.
So, the whole thing fascinates me.
It blows your mind.
Pardon me?
It blows your mind.
Yes, it does blow your mind, doesn't it? Because I didn't know any of that stuff. But I had a couple gentlemen in here who worked in the mining industry. So they knew, and they're the ones that taught me, because all I knew was that they discovered paraffin wax in the coal. That's all they told me. And it's only in Pennsylvania.
Wow.
So God smiled down on us, didn't
That's
he?
right, he did.
They did. So do you have any questions, or did I say anything that didn't make sense? Or?
No, it all made sense.
Well, thank you. I'm glad you came. Hope you have a blessed day today.
You too.
Me too.
So are you traveling around, or are you local?
We're local, pretty much local. We're in Mercersburg.
Oh, yeah, you're local.
Yeah.
Just down the road.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so glad you came. You have a blessed day.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Have a good day.
I am. Glad you were here.
Me too. Where are we going?
What was this? 21? There's 23. There's 22 rooms already in that.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going here.
It's really interesting about the candles.
Huh?
And that's really interesting about the candles.
Yeah. Shoemaking. Ooh. That's so cool.
I'm going to have to change the battery.
Yeah, out there.
Yeah. Okay, battery's changed. Ready to go.
Oh, water here. Hey, that's water.
Yeah. I think they're pretty neat.
They are. Word stars.
I like those baskets back there.
Uh-huh.
Very basket shop. You want to go back that way first?
Yeah, we go back here. See this? Beautiful setting. Okay. Do you want to go in there first? Or go
Yeah, we can go here.
Yeah. You gotta take that part off.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Bedroom or small table.
Upstairs, you can't go up there.
Mm-hmm. What's this thing?
Probably doghouse.
Okay.
I guess, I don't know. We could just sit out here and enjoy the view. He's sleeping.
Yeah, sleeping. Or she. We got Interstate 99 in the back.
Oh, there's the chickens. Chicken. Hey, chickens!
Hey, you got some dirty water. Looks like it made a hole. Hey, that one's digging one. They must be holy rolling chickens.
Must be.
They like the big hole.
Mm-hmm.
They're good. Oh, there's a chicken in there. That goat.
Oh,
Wow. How big is that goat? How about each? Man.
wonder where the other goat's at.
What's that?
Wonder where the other goat is at. They're both in there.
There's one back there. Sleeping. I don't see. Yeah, let's see.
Hey, pony.
I think there's one more. I saw a tail inside that barn.
Huh.
There's another.
I can sit and watch cars go by.
Yeah.
There's nothing in here. Probably. Because there's the other house we was at, wasn't it?
Maintenance people.
Yeah.
Guess that'd be kind of neat working in here.
Yeah, it would be. So they brought houses into this area.
Yeah, for different. She said before leaving years, I mean, 50 miles from one lady.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to check that Ford out.
Well, we need to go check it out then. Where are we going next?
This Who's already in that one? No, this one.
No.
Yeah, that was devastating. Awesome. Let's see.
Let's go check out this first. Any gold in there?
No.
The water feels good.
Okay.
You go in here? We're gonna go to order.
What?
You wanna go in order?
This one.
Bradford Country Jail.
Oh.
That's a jail. Yeah. 27. We can wait.
We can wait.
Yeah. I'm going to pause this.
These people is Bedford local Tavern. Stevie, $60. Armed and dangerous. He looks armed and dangerous. She doesn't look like she would steal anything.
No. She looks innocent.
Yeah, she does. Man.
Help this help lights. Help this help. The light out.
So they were big on horse thieves back then. Sheesh. Hey. See, they let themselves in here. Yes, they did.
I wonder whose it is.
I don't know. Should we let it or should we take
I'll bet it.
Yeah, they might come back for it. Okay, somebody will eventually miss it, and then they'll backtrack. Oh. Okay, blacksmith.
We're looking at UPMC is what they have tried to get maybe something. I don't know. There's so many rumors of what they're going
Yeah,
with it.
it's a shame all the malls are dead. That used to be fun.
But
Yeah, Chambersburg, the history in Chambersburg is kind of
it's the only town that got burned by Confederates.
neat. You're probably saying, see, that's why. Well, you have a good day.
Hey, you take care.
You too.
Hello.
Hi, how are you guys doing?
Good, how are you?
Alright. Where are you folks from?
Mercersburg.
Oh, okay.
It's not that far.
That's why you chuckle when I said Jennifer, right?
Yeah.
I'm originally from Scotland,
Okay.
from town, Scotland. Just south of Shippensburg, toward Chambersburg. My wife is actually from St. Thomas.
Oh.
Okay.
Edenville.
Yeah.
That's where she's from. That's where
Okay.
she grew up.
Huh.
What part of Mercersburg are you from? That's all that matters.
Yep.
That's what we want to hear.
And this area is so nice.
It's a nice. I like it.
Yeah.
I mean, I plan on staying here, so
There you go.
I have land here, so I guess
Oh yeah. You're stuck.
I'm kind of stuck now. Wow, first time.
All
Usually you
right.
wind up adjusting and adjusting and adjusting. It doesn't have to match it perfectly, so I guess I don't get too upset about it.
Yeah.
Nice cool breeze coming through.
Mhm.
You don't live in the Punch Bowl, do you?
No.
No.
Yeah, Little Cove Road.
Okay.
You know where Sonderosa Camp is? There's the Christian camp and then there's Sonderosa.
You know, I've been there, but I'm trying to remember how to get there. My brother's in-laws used to, I guess, have a camper there. I don't think it's Sonderosa it's still operational, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, you have a good day.
Hey, you too. Did you get what you needed?
Yep.
All right.
Maybe we'll see you some other time.
What's that?
Maybe we'll see you again some other time.
Yeah, I'll remember you now, definitely the next time.
Yeah.
All right.
You guys have a good day.
You too.
Enjoy your time.
Thank you. Yeah. This is worth the second time around.
Everybody remembers.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. the old lady made candles, didn't?
Yeah, no, she didn't.
Uh,
She didn't say nothing.
some people won't say nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the store.
Play a game of checkers. Take a look at our post office. Treat yourself to something decent.
Here's rock candy.
They trust you with putting money in for this. Wow. I think it's an old town Ruger.
How many people remember having rock candy?
They're $2. I remember there was a little store in Holmesburg. It was set up like this. It was called Hoover's.
Hoover's.
Oh, that's an awesome store. That was back in the
You play
early
checkers? Do you want some ice cream?
80s. Man, I love that store.
You know what that is?
Ice cream maker. No.
A butter churner.
Oh, I was wrong.
You're wrong. There's coloring
Of
books.
course, I haven't seen an ice cream maker for a while.
There's a brooms.
Yeah. Number 30, old Bedford Village.
Hi.
Okay. This guy made the pottery. This is a new thing.
Well, you can go in.
He's not in there at this time. Yeah, you can.
He had a good lot of information last time.
I hated losing that.
I know.
Shucks. Alright. I bet he would have remembered us too.
Probably.
There's a Cherokee Indian and I don't know what that would call Catawba or something. Cataby? Catawba? I'm not good with words sometimes.
I'm not either.
Showing you Delaware Indians. Powderhorn. That's pretty cool looking. I think it's pretty much down the line now.
Yeah.
From here to there. Yeah. It was back and forth.
Yeah, we're almost done.
Huh?
We're almost done. You want to go in here next?
Yeah, and then you go to whatever. We're pretty much about the end.
Yeah.
Gilson House. Well, giveth new linen, but flax to spend. Hey, the fire station around here. That's modern.
Yeah.
All right. The other way. Some people do that.
That's what we did last time.
Yeah.
It's alright.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's nothing wrong with that.
Mm-mm.
Nope.
I could turn this the whole way around.
Huh?
I could turn this the whole way around.
Okay. Yeah.
Good.
I think it was.
Mhm.
I think it's over 300 already.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. It does the case or something.
Oh
That
man.
was his shop. And he probably has the weekend off.
He might be doing some kind of show or something.
Oh, that's right. He said he does that, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was so interesting. So,
This shop here, guy does crafts, makes cups. There's some cups over here he made. He was a school teacher. Made beautiful stuff, beautiful cups. The one with the pencils in it.
yeah.
I like how he made the handles.
He doubled them.
Yeah.
Double handles. You see those pictures. Maybe for school. Okay. I think that's a picture of him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very interesting fellow.
He's really nice to talk to. Told us how he got into art school, how he got to teaching art. Really interesting. So if you come to Bedford Village, check out this building. And if the guy's here, talk to him. He'll tell you the story.
He was already in the Broom shop.
No, he wasn't.
Oh, he wasn't.
Not today.
About Brooms, because I think that was his. Yeah, that's a Broom.
That was a little loud.
Oh, yeah, it was, wasn't it? That wasn't too loud. Okay. Oh, yeah, he must have. I say that, don't I?
Yeah.
There's a Smurf.
A Smurf.
I like him. He's not blue, though.
You paint him blue.
Please do not punch holes in patterns unless you buy them.
Yeah.
It even says, please.
Please.
Faith Oak Glove. Straight back on the window.
We should make something.
You gotta be over there. You can't make anything.
No.
I can imagine at different times there's people in these different buildings.
See, I thought it'd be different people in the buildings today, but there's not.
Same one,
Yeah.
except for the Margaret house.
Yeah.
It's pretty neat how people can remember. Yeah.
A map.
Yeah, Indian trails. Wow, I like that.
What building was this? Hello.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Working on a broom handle.
I see that.
Yeah. Yes. So, our brooms would have started off looking very much like this one right here, with the stakes. This area was settled in the mid-1700s. So that being said, if you did not bring a broom with you from back east, you were kind of stuck trying to find a way to make one. So you might see something like this, or you might see something like this right over here. It's called splint broom. So they would take and they would shave all of the bark off of this tree branch, and then they would keep shaving it down to get these little splints, fold them up over, and then they would latch them together. I've even seen something as simple as a piece of wood like this that they would just drill holes through, stuff corn husks up in there, and then that would end up kind of making their broom that they needed. It served its purpose. This is a corn broom right here. They're marketed as corn brooms. They're actually not corn, however. They're made out of sorghum. So a stalk of sorghum looks like this. From here down, it's going to look somewhat similar to a corn plant, almost identical actually. The tops end up getting covered with seeds, so they would take and cut it down, comb those all out by hand, and then they would hang it to dry. After that's done, then you can make a broom. More often than not, people were growing sorghum in the 1700s to use as livestock feed, or they would grind it up into flour, or they would even make molasses out of it, or a syrup, a sweetener. It wasn't until the 1800s that anybody was growing the sorghum to actually market for brooms. In 1797, a man named Levi Dickinson made a broom for his wife. It would have looked very similar to this one right here.
I like how it's braided.
Yes, it would have had a braiding pattern similar to this, and it would have been round. That being said, he started off with a half acre of sorghum. It was probably just for seed. He had made a few brooms like that, gave one to his wife, sold them around town, and then all of a sudden, he and his sons were making hundreds of brooms. The way they made brooms, they would have these wooden spoles. They would go down on the floor. You step on them, use your feet and your arms to create tension in the string, so you're constantly pulling up. It doesn't matter if you're making smaller whisk brooms like this, or you're making nice big size kitchen brooms for yourself. Also, when you're making the kitchen brooms, you're building those up in layers. So you might get to where you've got that built up with 5 or 6 layers of broom corn. You're doing this decorative piece, and then all of a sudden this string snaps. And then your whole inside of your broom's coming undone. You're taking the whole thing apart and you're starting all over again. So it can be frustrating to make a broom, even just to get the broom corn on that handle. So by 1843, we see this machine being patented. It's patented with wire. So that creates, or alleviates, I should say, the problem of my string breaking. And then this lever right here is what creates the tension. So my arms in that wooden spool are no longer needed or doing the work. This just attaches to your broom handle with a nail. It wraps around there. Once you get it started, the broom corn goes under your wire, and you just pick this around like so to attach the broom corn. Once that's nice and built up, you can bring it over here on a vise. These were created in the 1870s, or patented in the 1870s, I should say, before they were using just 2 simple pieces of wood to kind of flatten the brooms. This also holds it upright so that you can use the string and your bodkin or your needle, and sew your broom up to keep it flat.
That's pretty neat.
Yes, it is all right.
Fascinating.
All right.
Technology.
I know, how about it?
Old time technology.
This is like the old way, and mine's the old way. That's it. Yeah.
I bet you could do this in your sleep.
No, I've only been doing it for a couple months.
Oh.
I'm relatively new at it.
All right.
Yeah. like doing it though. It's alright.
A new hobby.
That's right. New hobby, new craft.
Well, this is the end of our tour at Old Bedford Village. If you'd like the video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Plus, if you're in the area of Bedford, stop and check the place out. It's really beautiful to see. And we will catch you on the next one.